So this pastime that's in the book about Gopal, this is an example of the faith that Srila Gurudev has in Gopal, and the faith that Gurudev gave to us in Gopal, and in the process of bhakti, and in the process of developing Guru Bhakti. So I'll read what I wrote here in the Das Puja book. One day I was standing next to Srila Gurudev in Gadagiri, and Srila Gurudev, he instructed me, go in the temple and see Gopalju and pray to him. Whatever you ask from him will be immediately bestowed upon you. I left at once to go to see Gopal, and I prayed from the core of my heart, Gopal, I do not really know you yet, but your dear devotee, Srila Gurudev, he asked me to come before you and pray to you from the core of the heart, and that whatever I will pray for, you will immediately bestow it on me. Srila Gurudev, he taught us that Gopal is most pleased when his dearmost devotees are worshipped and served with loving devotion. And with that thought in mind, I asked Gopal, please give to me the benediction that I may develop complete love for my spiritual master, Guru Bhakti. I don't think there's anything else that I could want or to think to ask from you. I understood from Srila Gurudev that without first developing Guru Bhakti, there's no question of developing Krishna Bhakti. And after seeing Gopal and offering my prayers, as Srila Gurudev instructed, I went back to see Srila Gurudev. He was very happy and smiling at me. When I came towards him, and Gurudev said, you see, Gopal, he may be a little small, but Gopal is very, very powerful. So whenever I am in need of serving Srila Gurudev and Krishna properly, and need some inspiration and guidance, especially on most important matters, then I always remember Srila Gurudev's instructions and the faith that he gave to me about going and sincerely praying to Gopal. Somehow or other, every time I sincerely remember and pray to Gopal in this way, everything works out in a most perfect and wonderful way. Shri Radha Gopalju ki, Srila Gurudeva ki. So this is what Gurudev came, my understanding of why Gurudev appeared in this world. He said many are giving and speaking sadhana, they're speaking about sadhana. But I'm not coming to give sadhana, I'm coming to give sadhya. I'm coming to give topmost thing, this prayojana tattva, prem bhakti. This is the purpose of Gurudev's coming to this material world, is to give, on behalf of Mahaprabhu, to give that Krishna prema. And this is the point of opening the school here, Bhubaneswar Temple Mandira. It's supposed to be a temple, a crying school, where we come and we learn how to cry for Krishna. We learn how to cry, how to give up all of our anarthas and our material desires and our material attachments. We cry and we lament for so long, so many lives serving Maya, not being Krishna Das, but being Maya Das. So we come and we cry and we lament how I could waste so much life, so much time, so much energy, committing so much sinful activity, ignoring Krishna, ignoring what is my Sanatan Dharma. But now by the mercy of Gurudev, by the mercy of Sadhu Guru, Satguru, then he comes and purifies our consciousness by his Hari Katha, by his Krishna Katha, which is very, very potent and is completely Shuddha Bhakti, pure, unalloyed vibration. That's what Gurudev came to give. But Gurudev said, although I came to give the highest thing, this Krishna Prema, how many are coming? How many are coming to me? And those who are coming to me, how many of them are actually serious about getting Krishna Prema? How many are actually serious for that end, for that purpose, for why I came? And Gurudev went like this. Very, very few. Very few. Not serious for that thing that Gurudev came to give. So Gurudev said that, what is the inheritance of the Guru? It is not the bricks and the mortar and the glass and the steel. That is not the inheritance of the Guru. The inheritance of the Guru is he gives you the right and the privilege to be able to properly hear Hari Katha, Krishna Katha. Because through that hearing process, you get purification, you develop transcendental knowledge, and ultimately you get Krishna Prema. So this is the real inheritance of the Guru. He's coming to give the highest thing, to give Krishna Prema. But we are so fallen, we are so foolish, we are so mundane material consciousness that we're still chasing after all of these materialistic desires, materialistic attachments, even coming to the spiritual life, even coming to the temple, still fighting for position, who's going to be this, who's going to be that, still looking for prestige, name and fame, still looking for money. Gurudev screaming on the tape last night, I heard, why are you running for this other dana? Why are you not running for that prem dana, the real dana, the highest dana? That's why I came. That is the purpose of this temple. So if we as disciples of Srila Gurudev cannot purify our consciousness and give up gross material attachments and material desires, what to speak of subtle attachments? What to speak of pratishta, name and fame, adoration, distinction? We can't even give up gross attachments. We can't give up mundane consciousness, materialistic concept of life. We cannot give up politics and gramya katha. You see, we cannot give up our desire for position, and power and control. You see, so this is gross material consciousness. So how is this pleasing to our spiritual master, who has come to give the highest thing? So I'm reminded every Vyasa puja that all year we're doing all kinds of nonsense, all kinds of enmity and fighting and politics and gramya katha and running after name and fame and position and power. And then we're coming on Vyasa puja and we're saying the same sweet words that we say every year. But these words are very empty words. They're very shallow words. If we don't actually become real das, become real disciple of Gurudev, a real example of our spiritual master, of what his teachings are. This is the real Vyasa puja, is what do we do all year long? How are we living moment to moment, understanding that, yes, this is Gurudev's mission, what is Gurudev's desire, what is pleasing to Gurudev, how we can become pure devotee, how we can give up gross and subtle attachments, material desires, how we can start to develop sadhu qualities, Vaishnava qualities, how we can nicely associate and serve Vaishnavas and get the mercy of Sadhu Guru, mercy of Vaishnavas. Without that, we cannot get out of Maya. We can, what to speak of developing Krishna Prema. So we should remind each other, really, why is Gurudev here? What is his purpose? What is his mission? Is that we become pure devotees of Krishna. One God sister yesterday, she asked Gurudev, what should I do? Brand new devotee. Gurudev says, give up all your materialistic ideas, all your materialistic desires, materialistic attachments. Just become pure lover of Krishna. Develop Krishna Prema. This is the real glorification of the spiritual master. And all of us have to do that same work. Nobody's better than anybody else in the eyes of the spiritual master, in the eyes of Krishna. But we're reminded, we should remind each other, and I am also reminded, to become real das, become real disciple. Gurudev says, what is disciple? Disciple means coming under discipline, allowing yourself to be disciplined, and purify your existence by that discipline, not acting independently, whimsically. What is Guru's mission? Not as what is our mission. What is Guru's idea? What is Gurudev's idea for this temple? What is the mood? What are the teachings? What is the behavior? What is the qualities that are required to call ourselves disciples of Srila Govinda Swami, to call ourselves Das, Krishna Das? So I pray to Gurudev very seriously today that somehow or other we can learn this lesson individually and collectively, because the years are going by now. Year after year after year, we're doing and saying the same thing again and again and again and again. How will we change in this lifetime? How will we change our consciousness in this lifetime? How will we change the mood and the consciousness in this temple? How can we fulfill the desire of Srila Prabhupada to make this one of the finest international temples in the world? We are falling very, 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 very short of that. And Gurudev's desire is to make this the crying school. This is the crying school I have opened up here in Bhubaneswar, Gurudev said many, many times. But what are you crying for, Gurudev said? You're not crying for Krishna, you're crying for Maya. Not crying for Krishna, crying for Maya. So we need to do a lot of work, individually and collectively, to stay focused on what is the goal of Srila Prabhupada, what is the goal of Srila Govinda Swami Gurudev for us personally and for this temple. Because if we do not align ourselves with that, we're simply committing aparad. We're simply disobeying the orders and the mood and the desire of the spiritual master and the grand spiritual master. And as long as we do that, we will continue to contaminate our consciousness and contaminate the consciousness of anyone who may come here. You see? Because unless we are in pure consciousness, how can we purify anyone else's consciousness? We cannot even purify our own consciousness. What to speak of anybody else's consciousness? So this is preaching mission. The Mahaprabhu's movement is preaching mission. And Gurudev said, you must practice first. You must become exemplary in your own life. You must become pure and be an example of those teachings. Then you can speak. Then you can preach. Then you'll be empowered to speak and to teach. Otherwise, simply blank fire. Simply theoretical, blank fire, Gurudev says this will not do. That blank fire, that theoretical kata, will not even purify your own consciousness. What to speak of anybody else's consciousness? So this is the mission of our spiritual master. This is Mahaprabhu's mission. This is Prabhupada's mission. This is Srila Govinda Swami's mission. This is the Guru Parampara's mission from Mahaprabhu. Is how to first become pure devotee yourself. How to be an example yourself. And then to go out and to speak and to preach to others. Otherwise, nobody will believe your words. Nobody will accept your words. All year fighting, all year politics, all year material consciousness, all year maintaining material attachments and material desires, all year Gramya Kata, no taste, no interest in Hari Kata, Krishna Kata. Then coming on Vyasa Puja Day and speaking very flowery words to our spiritual master. We should be reminded, let us live this next year. And then next year, let's see how far we got. Or whether another year will waste another year, and then we'll come with pomp, and all of this pageantry, speaking very flowery words, simply to attract for name and fame, to think, okay, I glorified my spiritual master, I'm free from my sin now, I did my duty for that day. Let us every day live Vyasa Puja. Every day worship the spiritual master. Let us change our lives. Let the changed life be Vyasa Puja. Not just some empty, shallow, artificial words that everyone, including myself, comes up here and tries to speak. So this year, I had no other presentation. I had no intention to speak, to be honest with you. I just prayed to Gurudev, you tell me what I should speak. What do I need to hear for myself? Become real Das. Don't be pretender. Gurudev, how many times Gurudev said like that? Don't be pretender. Become real Das, real disciple. Develop real love. Develop real Guru Bhakti. Develop Guru Bhakti means you develop in your Krishna Bhakti. If you don't know the mission of your spiritual master, you don't even understand the mission of the spiritual master, how you can develop Guru Bhakti? And without Guru Bhakti, how you get Krishna Bhakti? So without Guru Bhakti and Krishna Bhakti, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Gurudev said when you first came to ISKCON, why'd you came to ISKCON? Because you wanted to develop love for God, isn't it? You want to develop love for Krishna. You had a simple heart. You had a pure heart. And you came with that intention. Let me surrender my life to Krishna, to Jagannath. And let me develop in my bhakti. And let me develop love for Krishna, that Krishna prema. That is the purpose of ISKCON. That is the purpose of the Prabhupada's movement, Mahaprabhu's movement. If we're not doing that, what are we doing here? You want position, you want name and fame, you want money and power and recognition, go start your own business. Why you come to a religious organization to do all of that nonsense? Go start your own business. Be the Lord of all you survey there. Let's see how many people you can bring in and pay and produce and get a profit. Let's see, you failed out there. Only corruption and cheating out there. Now coming to religious organization, now you want to do it. What is this? You think this is pleasing to our spiritual master? And I'm preaching to myself. Don't think I'm just preaching to you. I'm preaching to all of us because we all have blame. We all have blame because we're not Krishna conscious. We don't have Guru Bhakti. We're not following Gurudev's instruction. We're not pleasing Gurudev. We're not pleasing Srila Prabhupada. We are falling very, very far short. And life is going by very quickly. Year after year after year, it's the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. When will we change? When will we change? In this lifetime? By doing this same nonsense, we're going to change in this lifetime? How? Then what kind of disciple are we if we don't change our consciousness, we don't change our mentality and our behavior? What kind of disciple are we? This is all nonsense. We should give it up. We should give up the selfishness. We should give up the independence. We should work together as brothers, as sisters, in the mission of our spiritual master, Mahaprabhu's mission, putting aside our own ambition, our own desire, our own attachments. And until we do that, what is the meaning of our Vyasa Puja offering? You tell me. They said, you please come. Why? So we can do the same thing again? We do nonsense all year, then we come one day and speak flowery words, and then everyone says, bravo, bravo, bravo? Why? So I don't know if you'll invite me back ever again to speak, because I'm speaking very strong words. But I feel like we need very strong words right now. We need to hear what I'm speaking. I need to hear also. I don't know if it's possible. I simply pray to Gurudev, and I pray to Srila Prabhupada, and I pray to Gopal. I pray to all the Vaishnavas that we can become pure devotees, give up all of this nonsense, stop serving Maya, stop serving the whims, our whimsical whims of the mental speculation and personal desire, and that we may come together as become real Vaishnavas, pure Vaishnavas. and learn how to respect each other and how to care for each other. Prabhupada said this movement is based on love and trust. If there is no love and trust, how it will go on? Without Krishna consciousness, there's no love and trust. So let us be reminded of that today. Hare Krishna. Srila Gaur Govinda Swami, Srila Gurudeva K. Srila Prabhupada K. Samaveda Bhakta Brinda K. Oh, Premanande.